my name is Punya Nachappa. I'm an assistant professor in the Department of Biology at IPFW. Specifically, I'm actually an insect vector biologist. An insect vector is an insect that transmits a pathogen, like a virus or a bacteria, to another host. The host can be humans, like mosquitoes transmit malaria, or what are called aphids, these teeny tiny bugs that transmits diseases to plants. Specifically, the ones I'm studying is soybean plants. So that's what I do. So I come from an agricultural background in India. My family actually grows coffee. We're coffee planters. We're from a unique region that grows coffee and a lot of spices. So, controlling pests and diseases have been a part and parcel of my life, and I got interested in, studying them and understanding their biology more. So I got my bachelor's in agriculture at University of Agricultural Sciences. It's a top premier institution in India. And towards my senior year, I became more interested in entomology and plant pathology. Entomology is, of course, the study of insects, and plant pathology is the study of diseases. Unfortunately, at that time, there weren't many good graduate programs in these fields in India. So I decided to come to the US for my master's and then stayed on, got my PhD here as well, and I did a short postdoc. That's after your PhD, and then got this position in 2012. So, as you know, I work on soybean, insect vectors and diseases, and this is a really a cool system because soybean is such an important crop for the national economy. I mean, US is the #1 producer, Indiana ranks #4, and so I have this very important crop system right here in my backyard that I could study, and it's not as well, there's not much known about insect pests and diseases in soybean, especially viral diseases, and that's what I'm studying. So it's just been great since I've got here. I have several projects going on. One project that we're studying is to look at the impact of environmental stresses like drought. As you know, with the climatic changes and global warming, we have these ups and downs in the weather conditions. It's either drought one year or flooding the other year. So one of my master's students is looking at the impact of these water stresses, essentially drought and flooding, on insect pests, insect vectors I should say, and diseases. And the other student is looking at this newly identified viral disease in soybean. So it was only detected in Indiana in 2012. It appeared the same year that I joined. So, good coincidence. And so we're studying this disease, trying to identify what insects transmit it. So we in my lab we do both sort of ecological work and also a lot of molecular work, understanding gene expression in the plant, in the insect, and how we can use this knowledge to develop what are called biotechnology-based pest management opportunities. So, as I said, soybean, I mean, you couldn't ask for a better crop system. It is so important and one of the most versatile crops ever, from uses as fuels to a food source. In every possible industry, this crop has wide-reaching effects. So, because of that, there is very high, growers are very concerned about increasing yield and factors that reduce yield, like insect pests and diseases. So, my work has been supported for 2 years now, ever since I've been here, by the Indiana Soybean Alliance. It's a regional soybean group, and these are funds received from growers right here in Indiana, and they've unanimously supported all my projects, which just goes to show that this kind of research not only impacts or produces new knowledge for the scientific community, but also to the growers, because they want to get rid of these pests and diseases, or reduce the pests and diseases and increase yield. So I've been very fortunate that way. And the other thing I should also mention is this region, the Midwest, has some of the top biotechnology companies. Agricultural biotechnology companies like Dow AgroSciences in Indy, Monsanto in St. Louis, and all of these companies are very interested in doing some of the molecular work. And so this is a good place to be if you are looking at agricultural based research. So I cannot stress the joy and the importance of working with graduate and undergraduate students. I mean, they could not be more important to a scientist program. I've been very, very fortunate. I have the best students. In fact, one of my master student just won the top prize, the best poster award at this annual, in fact it's like an international meeting, it's an annual Entomological Society of America conference in his very first year as a master's student, which is so amazing for me. In fact, I didn't get it while I was a student. I only got it when I was a PhD student, and Chris Culkin was able to get it in his first year as a master's student. So they are truly remarkable, hardworking and dedicated. So I'm very fortunate. So I want to continue this line of research. Like I said, I'm very fortunate. I'm right here, and this is a great niche. This soybean system, it's very current, very fundable, and there is never a dearth of insect or diseases to study, and there are always new insects and diseases coming up. So I'm going to probably continue that line. One thing I'm really excited about is I was just selected to be a co-PI on this multi-state, multi-million-dollar project, which we just proposed. So if that works out, then I will have the opportunity to collaborate with faculty from all these different universities across the country.